Hey guys, Samo here. Thanks for checking out the channel and its contents. And if you feel like it, please do subscribe. Thanks so much. Enjoy the video. Bye.
But he said, the one thing I would say is that you have to be careful because there's a sameness to that approach. That even though it's anything but the same thing, every time you play it, as an overall tone, somebody who can't identify that, there's 5/16 here and 7 over there.
Yeah.
There's a tonal thing that will come across as being similar. And I went, that's really interesting. And when I thought about it, I realized that I really agreed with him, and that I've seen this in groups and people presenting their music, very, very complex music. If you analyze one tune, compare it to the next, it's completely different. But as sound, fucking shit all starts to sound the same.
Yeah.
Huh? It's like,
makes sense. Yeah.
If everything is angular and metrically modulated, it doesn't matter that it's all, one thing is 74/20 and the other one is that. It sounds the same as a big picture sound. And I think that was a very important lesson for me. And one to, it's not like I'm saying this from the vantage point of, well, I want audiences to be, I don't really care about.
No, but yeah.
But for me as a listener, and at the same time, there's stuff like, if I go to hear a particular historical figure's music or somebody, I'm going to hear maybe a certain kind of approach,
Yeah.
If I go to listen to Webern, I don't expect, Beethoven.
Sure.
It's going to be Webern, but Webern is Webern. I'm not. But that to me was an important thing to have this sort of, and it's something that when I think about Miles Davis at his best, I think he sounds like somebody who, like those solos on live records, like he went back and overdubbed about 15 times to come up with that thing that he played live. So the ability to sort of be an objective producer of what you're doing, to hear what you're doing in a way from having
to distance yourself,
is something that I aspire to. I'm not saying I'll ever achieve it, but that thing of being able to hear, okay, like maybe I used that approach on the last solo. Let me try a different approach.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm capable of it. I've practiced enough.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And that to me is something, I don't like, if anybody, especially students, ever says, well, what are you thinking about when you're playing? I'm not really thinking about anything. I'm just trying to play. Sometimes, in terms of an approach, I'll tell myself something, even quietly, like, try this direction on this improvisation. See what.
But this is a good subject that I want to ask. But you still follow the. It's a hard topic to discuss. But like, if you start an improv, let's say, you always follow an idea, and whether it's like, I've played some of the solos, your solos, and then you start with the third, and you go up with the third, you add something to it. So how do you get that initial idea to start a solo or an improv?
How do I get the initial idea?
Yeah, like,
shit, man, I don't know.
Have you, right? I mean, if you think about it, it's like,
I don't know.
Do we do it like subconsciously, or do we do it like?
It's just a combination of, much in the way that I was talking about composition, it's just like whatever works.
Yeah.
In the face of the heat of battle. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, there's, I heard it could be anything, Samo. It could be the drummer played a rhythm, that I heard. Maybe I heard the tail end of somebody else's solo. Maybe I had some idea. Mostly it's just, I'll just start playing.
And then you go from there. Yeah.
I mean, in a slightly, similar context, sometimes if someone says, hey, why don't you play an intro on this tune? I mean, I never, ever, ever think about what I'm going to do at all, you know. And to me, that's the thing. That's what I'm working on all these years to be able to do. Whether or not I fail or succeed is, you know, a matter of opinion. But, you know, I'll start playing something. I'll just play a note, and then I'll just sort of weave it around. That's what I'm, you know.
That's what you've been doing,
What I'm working on. I mean, I've been, you know, all of these things. Like sometimes lately I've been doing these master classes or workshops online, and on the last one I was discussing these arpeggios mostly, which are a big part of my playing and a big part of anybody's playing, and there's some stuff that I got turned onto and have sort of developed from the Slonimsky Thesaurus of Scales and Melodic Patterns. That's a section on bitonal arpeggios. And I've been messing around with those kind of arpeggios for years. And, you know, oftentimes a student will say, okay, well, what do I do with this? You know, like, how do I use this in terms of, which I don't really know the answer to, other than, you know, if somebody ever asked me to if I ever play something by myself, I mean, these things have expanded my concept of what's possible melodically and harmonically, and allowed me to, you know, be able to explore and expand upon ideas that I might have sort of organically, right, that I can, combined with all of the listening I've done and all of the experiences I've had as a performing and recording musician, that, you know, if I just go bong, I can like then go bo do be ba ba.
Sure.
You know, there's like all of this stuff that I can explore, and in a somewhat improvised fashion.
Yeah. No, it's just the idea of. I think that's behind it, because we've done, and especially you've done so much of listening and playing and, you know, transcribing this music. It becomes, all of you, it becomes natural to improvise, right? It's just I mean, I think about it like, you know, when you first picked up the guitar, right, and you had no information to draw on. Like, I mean, for me, all maybe I could do would be pluck the high E string and move my index finger up, right? So what do you do if you have any musical ability, kind of anything? You'll just go like boom, 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 boom. You know, you'll move your finger around. You'll sort of improvise because you don't know what you're doing, right? So what you're doing when you've studied music for 40 years, and you're basically doing the same thing. It's just you have like a warehouse filled that's a good one.
of information that you have, if you've done the work, that you have assimilated and internalized, turned into second nature. You know, the reason you practice so much is to convert sort of, I forget which side of the brain, right brain, information into information that goes to the part of your brain where it's second nature, where you don't have to think about it anymore. You've internalized all that so that then you can just use your ears and use your musical instinct, informed by all of this technical information, which to play over even rhythm changes is tremendous amount of, you know, ability.
Definitely.